Hey fellow tech geeks, my name is Young, and today we're going to take a first look at the Astell Kern AK100 II. This is a standalone hi-fi audio player that can play back your MP3s, your FLACs. It supports a multitude of digital audio files, but the beauty of this thing is it can take that audio file and transport you onto the stage. So you can close your eyes and you can basically point out the singer is standing right over there. The guitarist is playing his guitar right over here, and the drummer is all the way back there, and you can hear the whole sound stage as it was meant to be, as if you were right at the concert. But to accomplish this, you need a high-quality audio source that this player can take advantage of. Now, your regular MP3 is probably not going to cut it because it's been compressed, but if you can get your hands on an original source like, say, a CD or a super audio CD, DSD file, things of that nature that have been uncompressed, there's a good chance that you can take advantage. But to hear all of that hi-fi goodness, you need high-quality headphones like the Sony MDR 7506s or the Grado SR60s or higher, or if you have a He-Man like hi-fi audio rig that you can connect to this, all the better. We'll explore the AK100 II in 3 segments: the physical aspects, the user interface, and music streaming using AK Connect software. As an added bonus, with the latest firmware, they've installed Tidal. So if you have a Tidal subscription, you can access that too, which we'll be taking a look at. This is a beautifully designed piece of gear and solidly built. It's made of a brushed aluminum material, and on the front you can see a 3.3-inch AMOLED color touchscreen with a height of 800 and a width of 480 pixels. Under the screen is an almost invisible home screen button that you touch to bring you back to the main menu. On the left side, you can see 3 physical buttons for previous song, play, pause, and next song. If the 64 gigabytes of memory wasn't enough for you, they've also included a micro SD slot so you can put in an extra memory card up to 256 gigabytes. Now there's a slight problem with this micro SD card slot in that it's really difficult to push in the card or take it out, so you're going to need to have really long fingernails or use a pen. Built into the unit is a ridiculously large 3250 milliamp battery, which is larger than most cell phones have. And Astell Kern says this plays up to 11 hours of uninterrupted music. Should the battery go flat, you can charge it back to maximum in 4.5 hours using a 2-amp tablet charger. Up on top you have the power button, your balanced 2.5mm jack, and your headphone jack, which supports an amazing 2.6 MHz DSD playback with PCM conversion. The right side is fairly clean with a physical volume knob that looks as if it's made for a NASA space shuttle, and on the bottom you have the micro USB port that you can use to charge, transfer files, and use as a dedicated digital to analog converter. And just in case you've forgotten the name of the company that brought you this amazing piece of equipment, you just flip it to the back and you'll see the name Astell Kern etched right in there. Let's turn on the AK100 II and take a look at the interface. Now, if you've ever used an Android cell phone, you'll be very familiar with this because the AK100 II uses a customized version of the Android operating system. Now, there's a whole bunch of music files supported, and that includes MP3s, WMAs, FLACs, WAVs, OGGs, APEs, AAC, AIFF, ALAC, you name it, it probably plays it. But on top of that, it also plays DSD files, which are super audio CDs. Those are namely DSF or DFF files. It's uncompressed, really high quality, and it preserves the whole spaciousness of whatever music has been recorded. Now don't let the big-sized MP3s fool you. Even if they're like 10 megabytes or 15 megabytes big, MP3s are still compressed, but when you're talking about original files that are mastered or remastered, those things are many tens of megabytes big, so that stuff is where you'll find the quality. So this is your main interface. If you want to start playing right away, you tap that there, and you can press the play soft key, or you can use the hard key on the left side here. You can use this slider here to go to any portion of the song that you wish. Now to raise and lower the volume, use this knob here. But this is very fine tuning, so put your finger there and then you can raise it or lower it very quickly. And when you're done, you just tap on it and it'll exit out. Here you have more information, but you need microscopes for eyes because this text is really, really small. And then you have your lyrics, which is empty because this is a guy playing the cello. To add this to a playlist, you press plus, and then you add it to whatever playlist you want. If you want to see the current playlist, you have this key right here, and it'll show you all the songs that are ready to be played. Tap on this almost invisible home key here, and you're back to the main screen. If you wanted to choose your songs, you have a variety of ways. For example, by playlist, by artist, by albums, by genres. But my most favorite way is to pick by folder. And that's because I already have an SD card with all of my music on it. I can go ahead and choose which ones by tapping on this upper right hand corner there. Choose. And I want to listen to this folder here, that folder there, and a couple of loose songs like this one, and maybe this one. And then I can add it to the playlist, the current playlist, or just play a new one. But let's say I don't want to, so I'll just tap out, go back to the folder. I mean, I could have done that, or I could have easily just pressed the home key. Searching for songs are one thing, but the settings are quite important too. So in the notifications, you just pull down from the top, and you can select. This is the quick select. You have your Wi-Fi there, you have Bluetooth, you have your screen lock over there, equalizer on off, you have gapless play, whole bunch of other things like balance. You can turn on the balance on and off, but you want to go here in the upper right hand corner to the wheel nut, and you can turn on the Wi-Fi. I already have a Wi-Fi thing set up, and when I turn it on, it'll turn on the AK Connect, which we'll go into later on. You can turn on Bluetooth for connection to Bluetooth speakers and for Bluetooth headphones. The equalizer is very important. You have two of them already built in. For the AKT5P, basically if you have the Astell Kern AKT5P set headphones, it'll perfectly balance the sound between this one and the headset. Other than that, you can make your own equalization and change it around like that, and that'll save it. Here's the thing about the USB connection. You can select this, and what that'll do is you will be able to use the AK100 II as a sound card, so you can listen to high quality music using this. I would rather use this guy than use a cell phone or a laptop. So you're in love with the sound coming out of this AK100 Mark II. But the question is, can I stream music to this player? And the answer is yes, on a home network using a DLNA media server. Now what that basically means is that you can take any music, any source file that's in your PC, that's in your Xbox, or that's in your PlayStation, and you can send that into your music player there using the DLNA functionality. Now this should be automatic, so you don't have to fiddle with too many settings, and you can listen to everything from these guys right on here with software called the AK Connect. Connect is a piece of software that you can think of as a remote control. You can download that from Google Play if you use Android, or from iTunes, I think, if you have an iPhone. And this is the AK Connect DLNA UPnP. I'm going to install this. Now that we have the AK Connect remote app installed in my phone, we can start her up. And remember, to make this all work, you have to connect all of them together to the same local area network. My phone's already connected to my network called Lapland. The AK100 needs to connect also. Let me turn on the Wi-Fi. Okay, it's authenticated into my Lapland. AK Connect is also enabled automatically now, and if it isn't connected automatically, you can click on the AK Connect thing up there and make sure that it's connected. This piece you leave alone now. This is done. All you'll need now is to use the remote control here to control everything. Just know that the music will be coming out of here. Down here you have the main menu. There's two things you have to do. You have to select what the source is from the player, and you have to select where that sound goes to the speaker. So let's click on the speaker, refresh that. Now we want to connect the AK100 II as the speaker because we want all of this playing the music into that, because this is the guy that's going to transform your music files into music. Now that you have the output set to the AK100, let's pick your source, which is one of these guys. In order to find that, we're going to go to the library in the bottom right-hand corner here and tap that. Now I have two different laptops that I can source from. One is Lappy 15 and one is Lappy 11. This is my Lappy 11 laptop. Go to all settings. And in the upper right, I'm going to search for media, streaming, and you should get an option that says media streaming options. Tap on that. Click on local network, media streaming on PC and remote connections. I allow it, and I allow pretty much everything. And then I will click on the OK button, and then the settings should be ready for this laptop to be accessed by the AK Connect here. If you tap refresh, it should show up in your listing over here. Now everything shows up. I have my Lappy 15, I have my Lappy 11. You have to turn off your firewall or it won't be able to access anything. So remember to turn off the individual firewalls on your laptops or computers. We will now go to the library, and I'm going to select Lappy 15, which is one of my laptops. Go to music. Let's go to a folder, into music, and it's directly accessing my PC right now as we speak. So we'll click classical and Ludwig van Beethoven's Fürlis. Let's say it's too loud. I want to lower the volume here, so I can do so using the AK100, or I can also do so, I think, using this. And it'll control the volume on the AK100. Excellent. It also has something called Deezer and VTuner. So you have a whole bunch of content that you can choose from when it comes to online radio. So you have a load of sources to choose from. You can have your own music or you can have radio stations. And you've seen quite a lot of them. If you go to the library, and this is just the top, look at all this. Look at all these stations that you have access to. Okay, so I borrowed a PS3 with the hope of connecting it to the AK system. If we go to network settings, turn on the internet connection first. You enable this. I've already put in the connection and the password to my LAN, and the media server connection is enabled. Make sure that thing is enabled. Settings and connection status. It's all enabled, very good. If we go to music, we already see the AK100 II. We see both Lappy 15 and Lappy 11, which is great. I've enabled the media and network settings on the PS3. I'm going to see if I can refresh this and see if it sees it, which it can't. One more time, let's refresh that. Hey. Now why doesn't this work? This is called remote play settings. I'm not quite sure what that is, but that seems to be the next best thing to figure out. Let's register this device, mobile phone, and it's going to give me a whole bunch of names. So I'm going to take my here cell phone, go to Wi-Fi, PS3 register, so let's click on that. And I'm going to put in that number that they give us here. And it says authentication problem. Oh no. Let's go to registered device list. No registered devices. Oh, come on. After spending a lot of time trying to connect the PS3, it doesn't seem to want to allow other systems to connect to it. So, now for some exciting news. With the latest firmware update, you'll see that they've installed the Tidal platform. Now, this is the Jay-Z-backed music platform that also supports a premium level. I think the cost is $20 a month, but if you pay that, you have access to high-fidelity, really high-quality source files, which the AK100 Mark II can take advantage of. You'll hear a world of difference as compared to MP3s or AACs that you may be normally playing through your computer or your cell phone. Now, if you don't see Tidal in the store, you have to update your firmware, connect your Wi-Fi, and tap on the update, and you do the system update. If you don't have it, that's where you should go. Is it possible to have Spotify installed into the AK100? The answer to that is maybe. You personally cannot install any programs yourself, but presumably, in a future firmware update, it's possible that they can install Spotify in here. That's our look into the Astell Kern AK100 Mark II. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe, feel free to share with your friends, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.